Well, guys, I'm back one more time. I'm that dude from South Carolina to Columbia, to be exact. I'm drumming 1980. I hope you're having a good day today, family. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because after all, happiness is an inside job. And it will always be an internal affair. Well, guys, we back today again with my man, TBA. Let's see how this conversation goes, guys. All right? Let's go.
There you go, John. Don't worry. The internet doesn't see you, just me. It's just me. All right, sir. And what's on your mind?
Yeah, I sent you an email earlier. I have a pretty well-established Rumble channel about black crime. And
you saw
I was going to see
email.
Yeah, I looked like an older page that might not be working anymore. But
okay.
I wanted to see if you were up for a debate on our show.
Okay, what exactly is on your mind?
Oh, we do a show. We've got about 350 episodes, about 600 hours of content. And, we're on 6 of the 7 continents, and we just basically talk about black crime and the hoax of white victimization. Okay. And we asked our listeners to find somebody that would be up for a debate, and we just want to invite you on.
Okay, the hoax of white victimization. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
The hoax of white victimization and black racism.
Okay, so you're saying that white victimization is a hoax. I think there's plenty of people who agree with you.
No, the hoax that white people are the problem, that blacks are the victims.
Oh, so you're saying that black victimization. You're saying that black victimization is a hoax, not white victimization. You say that black people are not victims of anything.
No, what we concede is that blacks are responsible for a vast majority of all the violent crime, and it's being ignored and covered up by the media. Excused, denied, blamed, and lied about. So we want to have you, and I don't know if you have a partner. I have a partner too, but it would obviously, we could set the parameters on email if you want to do that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm curious to figure out exactly what your position is on that, because my concern is about wasting time, because my time is valuable.
Okay.
So that's my primary concern. So before I agree to anything, I have to know what people's position is. So basically, are you all like white separatists or white supremacists?
No. I guess we're going to start off with pejoratives, I suppose. I mean, that's
not pejorative. I mean, that's the name.
Yeah.
I mean, so what I'm saying,
I guess what we are is white leave me alonists and stop blaming me for every black failure that goes on planet wide.
Okay.
I'm sick of being blamed.
Guys, pay close attention to the words, the usage of words. Jason asked, "Are you a white separatist?" He said, oh, so, we starting with the pejoratives. And then he said, well, I'm a white, leave me alone. You know how this conversation is about to go, right? I'm just pointing out the small nuance things, because some people might not catch certain stuff, but I have caught several things. Notice that he's coming in with deception already out of the gate before the conversation even gets started good. He's coming out with deception. I'm pointing out these things to y'all, all right?
That sounds like, what is the difference between you and white supremacists? Where's the difference?
White supremacists want to control other people. They believe white supremacists believe they're superior. And the second half of that includes an and means we want to control. We don't want to have anything to do with black people. We want to be anywhere around you.
Okay, by definition, what you just defined was control. By definition,
right. And you're incorrect, because it says and. I don't want to control you. I want you to do your own thing. I just want to be away from you. And what has happened since the dawn of man, wherever you go, turns to shit. And then when you raise that to the ground like locusts, you follow us to the next spot and then claim racism, subjugate us with the R word, and then move on from there.
Okay, if we follow white people, then why are white people the only colonizers on Earth?
We're the only white colonizers because we're trying to establish a human civilization. It's 2025 and Africans have never set sail on the sea, still haven't figured out what to do with their feces, and are still raping infants to cure AIDS.
Okay, sir, do you realize you just contradicted yourself, literally?
Okay, let me hear it.
First, you literally just said black people are following you around, and I said, wait a minute, you're the only colonizers. Well, yeah, we're trying to build civilization. You just, I don't have to debunk you. You just debunked yourself. Are you actually listening to what you're saying?
All right. Let's, if you want to get in circular logic, let's put it this way.
Circular.
Can you name for me one black originated, not inherited, originated, Wakanda, on planet Earth that you built from the ground up that still exists today? One.
Okay, sir, I can't find a white one.
Hold up, guys. Pay attention. Be attentive to the details. He said blacks follow the white people around. But yet, who are the colonizers? Tell me, who are the colonizers? In order to colonize somebody, that means that you have to leave where you at. You have to go to them. See, it's nothing but deception, lying, delusion. And the truth is definitely not in them. Guys, there is no rational thought that's amongst these people. They want what they want. The only thing that they see is red, blood, guts, destruction, confusion. That's all they do. And we talking about the white supremacists. Now, that's who we talking about, the white supremacists, okay? If you're not a white supremacist, this doesn't apply to you. But if you are one, I'm talking directly to you. We see y'all. We see you now. Oh, it's a new day.
Find one anywhere on this planet. So if Wakanda or Star Wars or Shangri-La is going to be your standard, there isn't one and there never has been.
So do you live in the United States?
Sir, you already know I live in Louisiana, so that's...
I didn't know that. So I'm new to this. So can you name one thing as a Black American that white Americans don't put into your hand and subsidize your every life and somehow try to blame themselves for every abysmal failure for everything we've ever given you since the dawn of man?
Okay, what have white people given me in the last 5 decades?
Language, medicine.
No, stop.
Written word, mathematics.
What have white people given me in the last 5 decades?
Since 1964, we've given you everything you asked for. You learn true words: slavery, racism.
Everything is okay, sir. Tell me, what is the tangible that white people have given me in the last 4 decades?
Welfare. We've lowered every standard to get you into college. We've lowered every standard to let you fly our airplanes. We've lowered every standard so that the schools fail. When the schools fail, we blame white supremacy. When we can't suspend you, when we can't grade you, when you're not expected to come into school on time, we can't. We've decriminalized everything. Al Sharpton and Ben Crump going, what we need to do is redefine the word crime, and that's your solution. So what every white civilization has ever had to do to somehow assuage you or keep you at bay or somehow assuage our white guilt that you've built into us by the weaponization of the R word, we've had to find a way to say, okay,
what is the R word, sir?
Really?
Yes, sir. What is the R word? What are you talking about? What is this, charades?
Let me tackle a few things. He said whites have given, meaning hand me out everything that we have. During slavery, who was coming up with the inventions? See, the foundation got laid back then. Who was coming up with the inventions and who was stealing? The only thing you created was the patent office. The knowledge and the know-how was coming from the slaves. You do know we're the salt of the earth, right? You do know that. Now, I don't want to go off in it, but you do know that we are the salt of the earth. Wherever we go, everybody prosper. That's why they don't want to turn you loose. He said we was giving welfare. What is the Homestead Act, guys? Where they was allowed to go and just point out spots and just grab land for free. Didn't have to pay for anything. Getting government grants. The GI Bills was specifically for them. Jim Crow excluded you. The education excluded you. You didn't know how to read. They didn't want you to read. And I can just name a whole litany, a whole laundry list of things that they keep you out of. And then they turn around and say, well, you are complaining. We did it. Look at us. Redlining. Just do all type of egregious things. Break your leg and then turn around and poke at you and say, look at him hopping. Y'all don't fall for this trick. Affirmative action. We all know who the affirmative action was created for. We all know. We know what the welfare system was created for. See, they terminologies. What is a bailout, guys? What is a bailout? That's welfare, but it's called something different. I don't care whether it's a company. See, white companies are allowed to fail up. Like Elon Musk. Elon Musk was given 98% of his wealth. Government grants started off his company. And this is a common practice. And they'll plaster these people in the front of you and have you thinking like they some type of genius. If you give me $500 million, I can start something too. Not only one time, several times. I can get a company off the ground with $500 million. If you don't believe me, just go Google it. And this is a common theme. If you start to dig, these companies you see pop up, these companies was funded and backed by your tax dollars, which is the government. Your tax dollars. Why they exclude you or take everything that you can either fathom up and come up with an idea. If you come up with something, you better sell it quickly, or either you might fall out of a 20-story window or something like that, or either you got tired and life was too tough and you unalive yourself all of a sudden. How many cases have we seen like that? So 90% of the earth is melanated and not one black person can come up with nothing, huh? All right, make perfect sense to me. Make perfect sense.
The R word.
Black people and sellout ethnomasochistic white sellouts have weaponized the
sir, as a white man, you're just gracing white people right now. You're scared to say racism? What kind of empowered person is too cowardly to say racism? What is this? I'm teaching you something right now. It's called manhood. You're afraid to say racism?
Like every black, you're just going to resort to ad hominem when you're...
Sir, this is not ad hominem. This is a biography. Why is it you won't say racism? What's wrong with that?
It's ad hominem if you're trying to attack the delivery. Okay, I'll say it for you. Ready? Can I start?
No, I asked, why are you afraid to say the word? What are you doing? I asked a question. Why are you afraid to say it?
You're shouting and repeating the question.
Sir, why are you afraid to say racism? Why?
This is what your culture does. You have childlike brains, sub IQs, you're a standard deviation IQ below us. And when you lose an argument, you shout.
Sir, you're the one who's scared to say racism. You're scared. Why does the word racism scare you?
And you're
who is so cowardly that they're scared of the word racism? What kind of coward? You're going to teach. How are you going to teach me as a coward? What is a coward going to teach me?
You're just, in coming here and trying to invite you to a debate, you just showed me that you're absolutely would get destroyed by.
I asked you what you've given us, and what you told me is what you just gave us. Okay. And you've given us cowardice.
So, do you know how to debate?
I've out debated you. Now you debunked yourself, sir. I've out debated you, and you've out debated yourself.
Yelling over somebody saying,
"Dude, if you're asked a question and you won't answer it, you're the one who's defeated yourself."
Can you shut the fuck up and I will answer it? For 2 seconds,
sir.
You are a black.
Why don't you
start losing?
Sir, why don't you tell us why you're a coward who won't say racism? Why don't you tell us that?
Are you ready? Will you shut up?
Yes. Tell us why you're a coward who won't say racism.
White liberals and Negroes have weaponized racism as a word to scare white people who want to protect their livelihoods and to have social piety through ethnomasochism. So we bow down and lower every standard, get rid of crimes, let you do whatever you want. I'm asking you to come on and have a debate. And
the only crimes that have been eliminated are for white people.
Don't understand how to debate.
White people don't have laws made against them, lowered standards. There are no standards for white people. It's I'm white and I say so. Would you like me to give you? How many examples of that would you like me to give you? Systemic examples of it.
This is the black art.
Hey, Johnny, would you like me to give you systemic examples of white privilege where you're not held to any standards legally? Now, when they want to talk about majority crimes being committed by black people, remember, they only talk about convictions. They don't talk about arrests. When you take a look at the number of arrests, those track along with the general population. It's about 60% for white folk and 25% for black folk. It's once you get into the DA's office that all of a sudden the white folks' crimes get excused. Ain't that right, Kyle Rittenhouse, George Zimmerman, down the list. Black folk, you end up going to trial for that. And by the way, when you want to discuss sex crimes, if you want to get off into things like that, then we kind of just disappear from the frame and white society kind of just shows up there. And, I don't even like this kind of garbage because it's the hallmark of an enfeebled mind. It's the hallmark of barbarism to resort to categorizing race as being a aspect of people's character. When people are losers, they go looking for overly simplistic answers to justify their losing. When you take a look at General Motors, when you take a look at Boeing, that's white men failing upward. General Motors, white people failing upward. Mercedes, white people failing upward. Harvard, white people failing upward. All of your PWIs, white people failing upward. Hollywood, white people failing upward. The NBA and NFL, white people failing upward at a historic massive level to the tunes of trillions of dollars. Microsoft, white people failing upward. Apple, white people failing upward. Nobody's going back to check them. Enron, Global Crossing, Elizabeth, what's her face with Theranos. White people failing upward to the tunes of hundreds of billions of dollars. Elon Musk has to be subsidized by the American government, failing upward. So you all are entire parts of the economy to subsidize, making sure that you don't fall. If we got that kind of thing, hell yeah, we'd all have the same stuff. But
once
we
again,
don't
you get
get
to
that.
spouse up and mute your opponent.
Okay, then,
that's what blacks do.
Then Elon Musk isn't failing upward?
Okay, what topic are we going to be on, dude?
Sir, you're the one who said that black folk are being given something, and I just showed you the white people are the only ones who are given anything.
And you made not a single point. You espoused this freaking circular logic with not a single example.
Sir, clearly you don't know the definition of circular logic.
I will smoke you. If you want to come on to our website, we'll do it on your page, okay?
You're already there now.
If you're going to mute me like a punk.
You're already there now, sir.
That answer was complete in its entirety. There's nothing else left to say. And you know what his response was? You didn't give a single example. I told y'all, irrational. You can't reason with certain people, man. That's just what it is. And some of y'all, your heart is about to fail. Yo, man, your eyes full of water. Miss Ed Calvin off of Django. That's how some of y'all are. Guys, I'm telling you something. Did you hear him talking about where blacks have low IQs? That's that same old worn out, antiquated argument. Stop letting people tell you something wrong with you. Because what they trying to equate to and trying to make a blanket statement over black society in general. If we go make blanket statements about people in general, we can. We can go to the trailer parks and all of that. Well, no. Let me take that back. Because whenever that you take a quick gander at white society in general, degenerates from top to bottom, from the elite all the way down to the poor. In black society, your crime is at the poverty level. That's where probably 75 or 80% of your crime is at. But like I always say, when you move up in money as a black person, the crime dissipates quickly. And whenever you get to the upper middle class and upward, you don't have crime. When black people become wealthy, the crime dissipates. The crime is gone. The crime is gone. Whenever you look at white society, as their money goes up, the crimes expands. It has a further reach. They start getting into crimes against humanity. You see the difference? And they want you to focus on some dude up in the hood with a gun. Yes, that's a problem, but don't act like we can't see your problems as well. When you highlight our problems, we gonna highlight yours. But the difference is yours is times 100. But the media apparatus has a way of projecting and using propaganda to shape and mold people's minds. And you are there and say they didn't think it's Pookie from the hood. Whenever I can look in your society, I see it's everybody from top to bottom. From companies institutionalized, the judicial system, the entertainment sector, the educational sector, the economic sector. It's the whole head of the snake, guys. And you know what you do if you want to get the snake, don't you?
Now you're talking over me like a Negro.
You're there now.
Talking over me like a
no, sir. This is my channel, and we're gonna be civilized here. A new concept to you. We're civilized here, sir. You're already here. So far, it's not a debate. So far, it's not a debate. It's elementary school.
Like a punk, you muted me and talked over me like a black does. That's your thing. When you lose an argument, you shout and you say 6 things in a row, and then after you say 6 things in a row, you attack with violence. There's endless, infinite evidence of that behavior. You have low
Sir, in global history, who's killed more people?
Why am I wasting my time?
Who's killed more people, white people or black folk in global history?
Do you oh God, not this.
Sir, in global history, who has killed more people, black people or white folk in global history?
White people, because we had to freaking conquer because we're better than you. You're trash. You're still on 2025 and you still don't even know what to do with your feces.
Huh. So
you're building houses out of sticks.
So you're a white supremacist. And the bottom line here is,
that's where you cut me off because
sir, you just said that you're better than other people. That's a white supremacist. Now you talk over me because you're a Negro. You don't know how to debate.
I
don't have to debate barbarians.
Yeah. Okay.
What I do is I humiliate barbarians. I don't have to debate them, but I just wanted to get to that point there. We're better than you, better than us at barbarism. Okay, fine.
Did you hear the conversation, guys? There you have it. The conversation concludes. This is what you have to deal with. And you think that this is not common? When you start digging and start paying attention, start listening, start understanding the language, the lingo, the vernacular, the dog whistles. A lot of them talk just like this. I'm talking about your politicians. I'm talking about the managers on your job. I'm talking about your neighbor, police, judges, firefighters, pharmacists, doctors, engineers, blue-collar workers, white-collar. When you start understanding, this here sounds familiar to you. It might not be as harsh because the thing with white supremacy, you can't just be blatant with it because then you can identify and then you have a point to attack. See, most of them don't talk like this here. Most of them are all nice. Oh, we believe in equality and, minority help and, disproportionate communities. And, we did give y'all affirmative action. See, but whenever that you understand what I just said, all of them are dog whistles. And he kept talking about IQ, talking about where blacks just talk over you and just talk loud. And whenever they're losing an argument and they building things with rocks and sticks. We are in America. We wasn't building houses out of rocks and sticks, sir. No disrespect to my Africans. To the riders anyway. The other ones can slit the wrist as far as I'm concerned. That's neither here or there, all right? But we wasn't building no houses out of rocks and sticks here, sir. You can go to any state in the United States. You can find either one prosperous towns or either several prosperous towns. They always have stories where the land was taken, mobs came in, genocide, terrorism, barbarism. But yet, you the problem because you begging. Some of us are doing quite well in spite of. Oh God, did you hear me? Some of us are doing quite well in spite of the white supremacists having pitfalls, booby traps, and snares that's placed directly in your path, and you understand how to circumvent it. And some of us have did quite well, but that's not the point. Because once you understand, your money don't save you. And that's what a lot of people say, well, if I get some money, like Bill Cosby, like Michael Jackson, like P. Diddy, trying to charge you with a RICO, a one-man RICO, huh? And you say, well, Drummer, you talk about racism a lot. Yes, because it affects you more than you know. It's in all areas of your life, whether you recognize it or not. If you go get a job, you overqualified. Oh, that's a DEI hire. Oh, that's affirmative action. Oh, he's uppity. Oh, he's ghetto. Either way you go, it don't matter what you do. They gonna always have their mouth on you in a negative manner. Oh, he's cocky. Shador Sanders. If you're not doing, oh, he's ghetto. He don't take advantage of his opportunities. Either way you go, don't waste your time trying to be accepted. Because I don't want to amalgamate amongst them no way. I can care less. I mean, that's truly my position. I don't care. If you provide us with the same funds as you give white people, if you want to separate, I don't have no issues with it. I'm not one of these people where I want to sit at the same table. I don't care nothing about eating at the same table with you or going to the same restaurants, but just allocate the funds just like you allocate towards the white folks. And I guarantee you black people will prosper. See, but they don't want to do that. They want to keep you in a perpetual state of lack, destitute. They want everything dilapidated for then they can come and say, they won't take advantage of their opportunities. It's not that. You standing in the way. And I would say some things, but I understand that I'm on the internet, so I have to be guarded. I have to tame my tongue. Simply because everything is not for internet consumption. But guys, you get the gist of it. Listen at the caller. Listen at her. Listen at this dude. IQ. You couldn't build a Wakanda. Every time you built one, somebody came and bombed it. Move in Philadelphia, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Bruce's Beach, places in Detroit, places in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. The list goes on. Let me tell you this, and then I have to go. Don't never let nobody, listen at me, reject all of this negative notion that something is wrong with you and you at the bottom because you stupid. No. That's a lie from the pits of Hades, hell itself. Don't never let nobody tell you somehow you less than. That's not true. If you were less than, they wouldn't have to cripple you from the get-go. Listen at me. They wouldn't have to put laws in place to keep you relegated to a certain position. They wouldn't have to lie, steal, cheat, deceive, manipulate. You don't do that to somebody that's dumb. Because if they dumb, you can do anything you want to do without doing all that. You can't compete on a fair playing field, but the word fairness is a pejorative term in white supremacy. Richard Spencer said on Race War, shout out to Jason Black, that he don't believe in fairness. He believe in winning. See, that's what black people have to get through their head. See, you trying to play fair. And I do still believe in fairness to a certain degree, but you can't be fair with a barbarian is what I'm saying. If you have people that's like-minded and they working in cahoots together, trading and doing what have you, joint ventures, that's fine. Don't have no problem with that. But if you have people such as this caller, see, this is no reasoning with this right here. You can't reason with somebody like that. How? Tell me how. So I'm busting you upside your head, and you sitting there talking, can we just come together? And he busting you across your head. Fire begets fire. That's all that I'm going to say, guys. Nothing is wrong with you. Something is wrong with the people that rule over you. Something is wrong with those people. And get that through your head. I have heard stories ever since I was growing up and continue to hear them. You see them on the internet now. And you give a black Negro a few dollars. Oh, I don't see nothing. Oh, y'all victims. Oh, y'all running in the victim Olympics. Just because they have $1 million. I might not have $1 million, but I'm okay. I'm doing better than 92% of people. 93% of people. Okay? So I'm doing okay, but that's not the point. That still doesn't negate the fact of what's going on. And it could happen to me like it could happen to you. And I have felt it. I have seen it. I know it's institutionalized. See, but I have a way with words. I found out somebody making $15,000, $20,000 more than me with less experience. Didn't have more education than I have. So what did I do? I went and had a sit down with the owners of the company. It was brought to my attention that I'm not being paid fair market value. See, I didn't go in there, I'm black. It was brought to my attention that I'm not getting fair market value. So with that being said, I'm coming here to see how can we rectify the situation. Oh, drummer, no. See, I didn't say anything. I said fair market value. Words. I said, well, I'm not trying to twist nobody's arm or anything like that, but I think it's only fair to me. If I have to go to bat for fairness, I think I'm at the wrong place. The next week, pay went up $15,000, $20,000. That's how you understand the lingo. You don't have to go in there, blackity black. You don't have to do all that, guys. You have to understand where you're at because you are behind enemy lines. But that's a different broadcast. But guys, tell me what y'all think about the video. Come on back to see me, guys. Hit the like button, and until next time, peace. And remember, you the salt of the earth.